What's good? Nobody's on yet because I came on at a crazy time, but still, what's up? Gonna wait for y'all to get into the chat, man, because yeah, whole lot of interesting stuff to talk about boxing in this boxing world. 2 hours late. Let me sit and wait for Cass to come on because like I said, I jumped on real late. So I'm sure we should be able to have good conversations while I'm on. Sorry for being late. My son has basketball games throughout all of today, so I had to move my start time up for the live stream. We got 6 people in the building. What's good with y'all? Hope you well. Hope you well. Hope you well. One of those I hope is Kamal Oz, because Kamal, I need a break. What's going on, man? I'm a piano. What's happening? Chop Money. What's good? Monumental Moments. What's good, brother? How are you? Napoleon Worthy. I'm good, man. Sugar Sweets. What's up? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? I can't complain about a thing, man. I can't complain about a thing. Cannot complain about a thing. Hold on, man. Here, big man, good. Hey, that's what's up. What's happening? Zebra Dub in the building. What's happening? The man with what's going on, Chris Brooks? What's going on? Emmanuel, what's happening with you, sir? I'm saying what's up to everybody as they walk in the door. This is actually kind of cool. What's going on, man? Emmanuel, what's happening? What's happening? Somebody actually popped off of the Cash App this morning, man. What's up? Thank you. Thank you. Big time, big five in the Cash App from two big $2 holler said, Tim Carey said, I'm sorry, man, I said your name. Sorry. Devin Haney. Yeah, Devin's a duck, bro. I don't want to hear nothing else. It's a wrap. Devin's a duck. Devin is a duck. Yeah. You said Charles, man. Look, dude, I didn't get to see the whole fight because I was having family drama at the time. I have to go back and watch the whole fight. From what I saw was I watched like the last 3 rounds or 4 rounds, and to me, it looked like Jared Anderson was piecing him up. Nah, he's a duck, bro. Your boy Dev's a duck. Dev the duck. Devin the duck. Ducky Devin. Ducky Devin Devin. Devin Diva Duck and Devin. Devin the Duck and Diva. That man is ducking. I know y'all don't like me for me to say it. That man is ducking. 25%. That is lower than the WBC mandatory amount. Why is Devin a duck? Because Devin offered a fight to Shakur Stevenson with a 75-25% split when their numbers are not that much different from each other. And 70-30 that is the lowest mandatory purse split that you can get. And something he knows full well that they're going to turn down. That's a duck. That's pricing yourself out of that fight. No, man, if it's a voluntary, how about you? No, watch this. If you want the fight, take the mandatory split, right? How about if Devin wants the fight, give him something that he wants to fight for? Errol Spence Jr. said 60-40 with Terence Crawford because he wanted the fight. That is, Tyson Fury tried to price himself out of the Alexander Usyk fight at 70-30. 75-25, Devin doesn't want the fight. Devin is trying to be like, no, if you want this, take it. He priced himself out of that fight at 75-25. And, oh, well, you need to do what Devin did when Devin fought Lomachenko. He took whatever. He got 70-30. Devin Haney got 70-30 for that fight. 70-30. Not 75-25. He got 75. He got 70-30. Devin is giving Shakur a worse deal than Devin got. A worse deal than Devin got. A worse purse split. Worse than Devin got against Lomachenko. Worse than Devin got. What's the Cash App? Cash App is right there. $ for non-INT Napoleon Worthy, if you don't mind. Your support is massively needed and appreciated. Thank you very much. I won't lie. I won't fake. I don't got no shame. Thank y'all very much for your support, bro. Let me do something, though, real quick, though, because I want to separate this and that. Hold on one second. Oh, shit. Man, got to pay a lot of money, bro. Hold on one second. Let me get that out of there because I don't know. Like that. Yeah, 70-30, 70 is damn to say it's not the same. Stop it. It's not the same. From my understanding, Stevenson said he would not fight for 25%. So how's that Devin ducking? Because he won't. Because nobody's going to fight for that. Shakur Stevenson is a much better fighter than that, which much bigger standing than a 75-25 split for a voluntary fight. That is 5% less than the mandatory cut. That's why. Because the WBC mandatory cut is 70-30. That's 5% below that. That is the lowest voluntary purse split that you can have. I mean, that's the lowest purse split that you can have for a mandated fight. That's what he did. He said, okay, well, what would the mandatory be? I'm going to give you the least amount so that you can probably earn more money fighting somebody else. That's a duck, bro. That's a duck. Duck, 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 duck. Duck, 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 duck. Oh, no. Watch this. It's going to backfire against Gervonta. It's not 5% of $5 million, Jason. And that's $250,000. No, that is not a lot of money. And it's $250,000 for, please. It's not $5 million. That's not what it is. It would be a pay-per-view fight. The purse split is off the pay-per-view. Oh no. The purse split, the 75-25 is off of a pay-per-view. That's off of a pay-per-view. That's a 75-25 pay-per-view split because that fight's going to go on pay-per-view. Devin does not want that fight. Devin doesn't want that fight. It's not the same thing, man. It's a duck, bro. That's a duck, dog. That's a duck. He doesn't even do big. He's not even a much bigger name than Shakur is. That's just a duck, man. Stop. If somebody offered Devin Haney that for a fight, you'd be calling it a duck. Devin did not take 75-25 against George Kambosos. He didn't take that low. That's lower than what you guys were complaining about with George Kambosos. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Nah, dog, that's a duck. You guys can say whatever you want. That's a duck, bro. Anybody else on this planet, that's a duck. If Alexander Usyk asked Terence Crawford asked for 75-25 with Deontay Wilder right now, that's a duck. Don't sit up there and act like that's not pricing yourself out of a fight. And that it is not firmly established that pricing yourself out of a fight is a duck. Shakur is going to say, never mind, whatever, go on about your business, bro. Leave the weight class. I'll get the belts and make my money. You're trying to take the incentive of this guy to get into a big fight and take all the money for yourself. Like I said, and even if you don't consider it a duck, I told you, don't tell me that man wants all that smoke. Devin talked about wanting all the smoke when he was a challenger. When he got to a champion, he turned to a prima donna. He turned into a prima donna. He turned into Vasily Lomachenko. You have to make concessions. You have to take what I give you. And now the next guy comes up at 75-25 for him. No. Those are diva moves. That's not, oh, I want all the smoke moves. And do not lie. That's pricing yourself out, is what it is. But look, watch this. If first of all, he doesn't, I don't even believe he wants to fight Gervonta. But if he fights Gervonta, dude, do not say a word if Gervonta Davis says 70, 80, 20. Don't say a word if Gervonta Davis's camp says 80, 20. Don't say a word. Don't say he's ducking. Don't say any of that. I'm telling you, you Devin Haney supporters, you always hang yourself with your logic. 75-25 is pricing yourself out for a guy like Shakur Stevenson, because Shakur Stevenson is a legitimate name. He is a legitimate two-weight division champion, and he is a top 10 pound for pound, almost a universally recognized top 10 pound for pound fighter. That is something Devin Haney was not when he took a higher cut from George Kambosos. Be Easy in the building said, happy Sunday, Martin. Blessings to you and the fam. Yes, sir. Thank you, brother, for that support, and I appreciate you coming by this morning. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, though. And we can talk about it. We can also talk about these media acting like Terence, Crawford, and Errol Spence is about to GFT hit the link. GFT hit the link. That's not logic. That shit is stupid. That's stupid. That's stupid. Undisputed means that you're not going to get anything above the absolute bottom dollar of the mandatory for a mandatory. 75-25. That is a mandatory. That is the lowest you can get in a mandatory purse split. That is the lowest amount that a mandatory could get. That, my friend, is less than, or equal to what Isaac Cruz would get to fight him. Richard Comey would get that. It's not the fact that he gets a higher percentage. It's how much higher. 75-25, that man don't want that fight. Canelo Alvaroid and Jank and versus Gervonta Davis up next. Yeah, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen, brother. Let's make it happen. Hey, Mr. Granderson in the bill said, happy Sunday. Devin's a duck. Duck, 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 duck. Larry Smith, he's not serious. He's being sarcastic. Because he wants me. Let me tell you what Fahim Sator wants me to do. Fahim Sator wants me to quote Paulie Malignaggi. What's going on, dear Mariano, in the building? What's going on, brother? Excuse me. Powerhouse Watson, that man don't want that fight. He can't win that fight. He can't win that fight. He can't win that fight. That's why I don't want that fight. I'm telling you right now, he can't win that fight. He's selling the belts for 75%. He can't win that fight. Can't. He doesn't have a bigger fight than that. He ain't getting 75-25 against Rolly Romero at 140 pounds. He wouldn't get that. He would not get that with, he wouldn't get 75. I'm positive he didn't get 75-25 with Lomachenko. Jihad, I didn't see the fight. Jihad Tucker, I didn't see the fight. So I can't speak. No, he's not going to win that fight. No. Yeah, I guess Shakur Stevenson could throw his back out, I guess. I guess he could throw his back out. He could throw his back out. Hey, y'all, hit the link. Anybody, I don't care, because we're gonna be on here for about. This is gonna be a shorter live stream, so I gotta let the smoke come early. Hey, what's good to my guy? Check Jason in the building. Hey, for a few packs of duck sauce for Devin. Full-fledged duck, bro. Much love in that super chat, bro. Full-fledged duck. Full-fledged duck. Stop using my name for clout. He also tweeted that. Stop using my name for clout. He don't want that fight. I thought they were friends. This is going to happen. It went from it's going to happen later down the road, 140, 147, sometime next century. I'm going to fight him sometime throughout 2023, something like that. That boy, he can't beat that boy. He can't beat that boy. Hey, what's going on, man? Creative Mind 5813 said, heck, work hectic. Great to catch you. Oh, that's what's my guy. Unadulterated truth. Let me see something. Unadulterated truth, the little dime piece sitting there with the dime piece. Unadulterated truth in the picture with the dime piece. Thank you, unadulterated brother. Thank you for that support. Hit the link and prove me wrong. Let me tell you, Powerhouse Watson. What I'm saying is that man's ducking. I'm not out here advising Shakur on what he should do, because that is not the topic of my conversation, Powerhouse Watson. That's not I don't care what he does. I know they're not going to fight. He's not going to fight him. Let me tell you, he could take 75-25. They're not going to make the fight. He could take 75-25. He won't make that fight. He won't make it. I'm telling you, he's acting the entire time like he won't want it, that he don't want it. But that's okay. I don't have a problem with it because he can't win that fight. I mean it. Let me tell you something, man. If I'm a fan of somebody, bro, and it's like, hey, man, you can't even win that fight. Like, you don't have a chance in that fight. I could understand why you would try to do what you got to do not to have that fight. Because, no joke, it's like, who would I say that is similar to? That's Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder. Anthony Joshua's not winning that fight. Skills pay the bill. Who's the bigger draw to Haney, Loma, Shakur, or Tio? All of them, they're the same. Hey, man, let these guys talk. I don't care. Do not block Devin Haney fans. I don't care. Your boy's ducking. And I'm putting it out there. Your boy's ducking with that 75-25. I put a link in there for them to get in here and convince me that offering somebody 5% less than he got for George Kambosos in a fight he was damn sure going to win. Isn't Devin Haney doing the exact same thing? Shakur Stevenson is going to win that fight, so that's why he's doing it. And I don't care. And I'm telling you, you can have your opinion. I got my pound. No, I don't know that's cap. He can't win that fight. Shakur Stevenson will smoke that dude. That's why he's offering him 25%, and so that he knows he's not going to take that fight. Devin Haney is not a significantly bigger name than Gervonta, than Shakur is. Devin is not a significantly bigger name than that man. He's not. He's not. So you're talking about 70. You're talking about taking Canelo. You're literally talking about taking a bigger cut than Canelo takes. You are literally trying to take a bigger cut than Canelo takes. God dog, Canelo, Canelo probably give you 25%. Canelo will probably give you 25%. I don't know if I've ever heard of a mandatory purse split where it's 75-25. I know maybe there were some where they didn't get any cut of the pay-per-view and all they got was a flat fee. But this is nothing different than Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua offering a flat fee to Deontay Wilder and Deontay Wilder walking away. Like, nah, man, I'll go fight somebody else. I'm not doing that. You guys are just trying to justify it and don't get rid of them. Please get on this channel and tell me how I'm telling you wrong. And again, it doesn't matter to me because I know Devin's not going to fight him. Devin can't beat that guy. I'm telling you. Like Keith Thurman. Just like Keith Thurman and Errol Spence. But he's just not being straight up about it. Keith Thurman didn't want that fight. He's talking about, yeah, come on, young buck. When the time gets right. You guys keep forgetting he's 24. No, you keep forgetting that Shakur is only 25. They're the same. They're virtually the same age. He's not going to beat Shakur. Shakur's a better fighter. They're the same age. One's 24, one's 25. What's the difference? What's the difference? I'm not forgetting that he's 24 years old. 24-year-old's a grown-ass man. They don't want to fight Shakur. Yeah, Thurman said he would fight him later on, just like Devin said about Shakur. I'll fight him later on. That's exactly what he said. We'll fight later on. It'll happen eventually. We agreed one day we'll fight. That's the same thing that Keith Thurman said to Errol. Frequent flyer, get on the chat. He's not a duck. Devin is the duck. Devin is the duck. And don't try to play it. Devin is the duck. That's it. 60-40 is understandable. 60-40 is understandable. 75-25 is below the mandatory purse split. It's below the mandatory purse split. Shakur is number one at 135. Hey, no, he's not. But he's going to beat Devin. I'm telling you that. I've got 100% confidence, dude, that Devin Haney cannot beat that guy. And that's why he don't want that fight. If this was a pay, first of all, Devin can't even be on pay-per-view without Shakur. Devin will not be on pay-per-view without Shakur. Who is he going to fight on pay-per-view if it's not Shakur? It's not going to be a good fight. It's a blowout. I'm telling you, Shakur is going to beat that dude up. He's going to beat him up. Did you see those rounds where Lomachenko looked good? Just stretch that out. Stretch that out the entire fight. Have I been wrong in my life? Sure. Not about this. I haven't, but hit the link. Hit the link. And I'm telling you, can all hit that link. He ain't beating that dude. As sure as I'm watching boxing, when I'm this convinced, I've never been off. When I'm this convinced, I've never been wrong. When I look at a fight like this, that is a one-sided fight. Devin Haney may get 3 rounds. Maybe 3 rounds. Shakur is going to wipe that guy. And that's why he does. Devin is not a pay-per-view fighter. He is not a pay-per-view fighter. They broke even on a pay-per-view fight. Rodzilla Jones hit the link. You cannot activate a mandatory. Has he activated his mandatory for what? So he can get 70-30? You cannot activate a mandatory. So what? Isaac Cruz fought on pay-per-view too. Rolly Romero fought on pay-per-view too. Luis Ortiz versus Charles Martin was on pay-per-view too. Andy Ruiz and Luis Ortiz was on pay-per-view too. So what? So what? Shame on y'all, bro. Shame on y'all. You guys were calling everybody in the world a duck. And now that Devin is the diva, well, he's the diva. That's exactly what you say too. That's exactly what you say too. You say, well, he's the A side, so just has to do what Devin says. Obviously, they've sat down and talked about the fight, Steve. Obviously, they have. Since he got an off, since they started the conversation. Yeah, James Prince said they spoke. And he's like, man, that dude ain't trying to make the fight. One way to make sure you don't get the fight is when you price yourself out. You ain't that sure. You ain't that serious. Devin, he's like, Devin ain't that serious. No, oh, thanks, Steve Cooley. There's literally no such thing as activating a mandatory, bro. No such thing as activating a mandatory. That is a fairy tale, bro. That is a fairy tale. But anyway, like I said, man, I don't want to get this. I just put a little bit in there. For now, what do you think about Abdullah Mason? I liked Abdullah Mason when I saw Abdullah Mason fight before. He's a young fighter. I don't really know what to make of him because he's on those top rank cards, and those guys aren't fighting anybody yet. You proved it by reading the rules. Yeah, there's no activating the mandatory. You can request a mandatory. You can request it. Look, dude, Devin just need to go ahead and drop the belts and drop the pretense and drop the belts. He got it against George Kambosos. He eked one out there. He eked one out against Lomachenko. Now go up and fight 140 pounds, man, so that we don't have to have any more talk about, because Gervonta and Shakur are going to be at that weight class. Gervonta and Shakur are going to be at that weight class. So just give Top Rank all their belts, except for the WBA, which they're going to get rid of, so that Gervonta Davis can be the WBA champion and continue to fight his mandatories. And Shakur can get that WBC, that WBO, and that IBF. And then we can start talking about whether or not these guys are going to have a fight for undisputed. That's what's going down in the lightweight division. We don't need no more of this front. No more of this front. Okay, no more of this front. Phenomenal African said, your thoughts on the Adames J-Rock stoppage? I thought it was a bad stoppage. I thought it was an early stoppage. That's what I thought. Look, he said I don't care what he did with George Kambosos. So what? So what? Devin was a nobody when he did that. So what? So what? Devin was an obscure fighter on DAZN who nobody was watching. And he took the lower split to get a mismatch fight. And he got 70-30. He did not get 75-25. And Quiz oh, I'm not making a prediction. I'm rooting for Fulton. Hey, click the link. They sent the contract. They sent it. Frequent flyer, they sent it. They had the discussion. That's how we know 75-25. Dog, you're fronting for your boy. You know your boy ducking. But anyway. Yeah, it was a bad stoppage. I thought it was a bad stoppage, but I'm telling you, I don't trust Carlos Adames. I'm going to be very, very blunt with you. I don't trust Carlos Adames. I ain't accusing him of anything. All I'm saying is I don't trust him. None. And Shakur wouldn't send the contract. Man, stop, bro. Do you feel that there's a lot of hype around this Crawford Spence fight from the casuals? The Tank and Garcia had everyone in town talking about it. It might be too soon, though. Dude, everybody's talking about Errol and Terence Crawford. Everybody, dude, there is more press for Errol and Terence Crawford a month out than there was for Gervonta and Ryan. There's more. There's more. You'll be able to tell the week of the fight. The tickets are already gone at ridiculous amounts. Cal Kula, what's going on, man? Yeah, I'm not, dude. People are trying to talk the fight into a flop. Is what they're doing. They're pouring water on the fight. They're just pouring water on the fight. That's what they've been doing for years. That's what they've been doing for years, is pouring water on fights. This is a black American fighter versus a black American fighter, and they're going to pour water on the fight and claim the same people that are claiming black fighters don't sell. This is the biggest fight in boxing, is what this is. It's the biggest fight in boxing. It's the biggest fight in boxing. Inquisitive in, I told you this is what was going to happen. It's what's going to happen. When you are out, it's easy to say that you're the only one that wants all the smoke. Then you become the champion, then everybody wants smoke with you. They're all clout chasing you now. They're all clout. Devin was never clout chasing. He wanted the smoke. But now everybody else is clout chasing him. Usurper, you can get on these nizzies or on that link. I'm not getting away from squat. Hit the link. Hit the link. I didn't say anything about being a victim. And guess what? If black people are the victim, I'm going to say we're the victim. The word victim is inexistent because there are victims in this world. There's the link. It's right there. Hit the link. I will hit the link. The reason that there's a word victim in the world is because people have been victims in the world. You do not tell women that have been raped, victim of your mama's bad breath. My culture is just fine. My culture is just fine. Like I said, the word victim is inexistent because there are victims. If somebody has been victimized, call it what it is. I don't have to grin it, bear it, and take it. The word is in existence for a reason. You go try to shame somebody else. You go shame somebody else. I will tell you in a minute, black people have been victimized because it's the truth. Black people have been victimized. 100%, no doubt. I know it. You know it. Everybody knows it. You're not going to guilt trip me into hiding the truth. I will hit the link. I will. You will what? Where are you? If a woman gets assaulted by a male and has something done to her that's unpleasant, she is a victim. She does not have to suck it up. She doesn't have to suck it up and say, oh, I'm not. Yo, yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. That man did that to you. You absolutely are one. And there's no wrong. There's no problem with saying that. You clowns think that you can just call. You think you can just call me names. Oh, you act like you. Oh, God, you act like black people have been victims. They have been. What? They have been. Would you like to argue that no black people have been victims, you moron? But like I said, there's a saying in boxing that black fighters don't sell. That is a fact, you clown. You all have been saying, you morons, oh, I will click the link. Click the link. Click the link. The PBC has been a victim of you all lying on them. How about that? The PBC itself has been a victim of you guys' lies. Because you lied on them. And as a result, people believed it and did not give them their credit. That makes them a victim of your lies. They're going out of business. This fight flopped because I've got 300 people on my YouTube. I've got 300 poll people on in my email, and I asked them if they wanted the fight. So according to my predictions and my math, you sold 5 pay-per-views. Man, you better go somewhere. You're not victim shaming. Oh, he thinks he's a victim. Yeah, he is. Because it's not cool to say that you've been victimized. Oh, no, I'm not saying I'm a victim, because if I do that, then all of these bullies will bully me. I won't say black people have been victims because I don't want the big bad guy to bully me. F you and what you think. I will click the link. Click the link. Click the link. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you got the wrong guy. I'm going to call it a buck. I'm going to call it a buck. I've been a victim of racism myself. I've been a victim of racism. Me. You're going to tell me I haven't? Oh, you got a victim mentality. What other mentality is a victim going to have? Oh, God, young lady, your daughter gets taken advantage of. Oh, don't have an advantage. Oh, don't have that mentality of somebody that's been taken advantage of. But you're going to click the link. Click the link. Victim. Let's not have the victim mentality. I got the victim mentality. Here's my mentality. Let me tell you my victim mentality. I don't trust you. Is my victim mentality. I don't trust you at all. Under any circumstances, I don't trust you. Why? Because you have proved over and over and over and over again that you are not trustworthy. So logic tells me to not trust you. Every advance they get, you take it back. Everything you give, you take back 5 times over. Name it. You took it back. If you couldn't take it all the way back, you made it not worth having it. I ain't trying to hear it. Click the link. I'll dedicate this video to you clowns. I'll dedicate this video to you clowns. Going to tell somebody that's been a victim that they got a victim mentality. You should have a victim mentality if you're a victim. You should. The only question is, what is the victim mentality? The victim mentality is to make sure you don't get victimized again. You know who got a victim mentality? You know who got a victim mentality? Water buffaloes in Africa have a victim mentality. What is their victim mentality? They are going to search out lion cubs and stomp them to death. Is what their victim mentality is. If we trap you, we're going to gore every bit of you. That's their victim mentality. And why do they have it? Because these guys keep killing them. Easy. Any more buzzwords you want to throw at me, you monkey? Any more? You didn't click that link though, did you? Like I thought. Like I thought. Like I thought. No clicking of the link. No clicking of the link on that. Victims are supposed to have victim mentalities. That's what it's there for. Wayne in the building. Thank you, brother. Much love for that dollar holler, brother. Whatever. Like I said, Devin Haney's a duck. Now let's get back to the church and say Devin Haney's a duck. What's going on, Rick Timms? No, Monkey, no. Monkey's not, what are you talking about? Monkey's not a race chat. I'm just saying you're not as big as an ape. What are you talking about? I just said that you're dumb. Like a monkey. What? Oh, you thought I think of black people as monkeys? No, I don't. No, I don't. Hey, thank you, Roger Gaines. Anytime somebody tells you you got a victim mentality, respond with the truth. Yes, I do, because I've been a victim. You wanted me to act like I haven't been? That is stupid. He has not been backstage one time. Friggin' Flyer has not been one time. Let me make sure I'm giving you the right one. It's right there. It's right there. He has not been backstage, not once. But maybe I put the wrong link in there. So that's the link that I know is correct. You tell me what a victim is supposed to do. You're supposed to act like you're supposed to act like you haven't had your house robbed. I've been a victim of robbery. Well, dumbass, lock your doors. Oh, I don't want to have that mentality that I'm going to get robbed and victim. I don't want to be a victim of robbery again. I don't want to be thinking just because I was robbed, I don't want to have the mentality that I'm going to get robbed again. Let me leave my doors unlocked again. No, you should have the mentality of somebody that's been robbed. Why? Because you may get robbed again. Victim mentality. Jump on the chat, clown. That's what I've been telling you. I have been waiting for you guys to come to me with this. I've been waiting for you to come to me with that one. Shaming the victim. What's going on, Frequent Flyer?
Salute for nine. What's good? Yo, I came on the tail end. I just heard you talking about Devin Haney when I came in. But can you explain how Devin Haney is the one who's ducking when Shakur Stevenson is the one who's not taking the 25%? Like I just
because 75%,
I missed that part, so I just wanted to hear what you said about that before I even say anything.
75% is pricing yourself out. It is less than he believes Shakur Stevenson is willing to take.
I mean, how is that?
25%. Do you know what the purse split is? The mandatory purse split is for the WBC?
What? I don't know.
70-30.
So he's taking 5% less. Like
exactly.
He's not willing to take that sacrifice to be undisputed and have all the belts.
That's why you call it a duck.
No, Shakur is the one ducking.
No,
because it's not. He's the one who's not willing to sign the contract.
Nah, bro. If Devin Haney offers to fight him for, I'll fight you, but you don't make any money. Is that a duck too?
If what happens?
If Devin Haney says, I'll fight you, but you get 5%. Is that a duck too?
I mean, that's unfair. Yeah,
so but it's a no.
It could be. Right? It could be like saying it's a duck. Right? I guess if it was that extreme, but it's not that extreme though.
So let's go here. So when Deontay Wilder turned down a $14 million flat fee from Anthony Joshua, was he ducking Anthony Joshua when he did not take that?
When Deontay Wilder turned down a $14 million guarantee?
A $14 million flat fee. No percentage of the pay-per-view. $14 million flat fee.
So you're asking, was Joshua ducking?
No,
absolutely.
I'm asking you, listen. I'm being very, very direct. I'm very clear with what I'm asking.
Yeah, but it's kind of, since I closed out my YouTube app and went on here, it got really, you're really low now.
Bro, you are not listening to my question. I'm going to ask the question again. Very clearly. If Deontay Wilder, the dark-skinned dude from Alabama rejected $14 million flat fee. That means all he's going to get is $14 million flat fee against Anthony Joshua for a fight that would have been well over $100 million fight. Was Deontay Wilder ducking Anthony Joshua by turning that down? Okay, so there you go. Stop with that one. Let's move to another example. If Gervonta Davis offers Devin Haney 5% of the pay-per-view, and 5% of the pay-per-view, and he wants to fight at 133 pounds, is Devin Haney ducking if he doesn't take it?
No.
There you go. So clearly, there are situations where you can offer somebody something you know they're not going to take, and you are doing that, and that person, by saying no, is not ducking.
I know. I never denied that.
So Shakur Stevenson wants to fight him. Devin Haney wants 75-25, which is 5% less than he would get than any mandatory challenger would get. Any mandatory challenger would get. It's no more than any mandatory bum would get.
Okay, so has Shakur Stevenson ever been on a pay-per-view? He haven't even been on a pay-per-view before.
Well,
as far as I remember.
Evaluate that. Devin Haney got, do you know what percentage Devin Haney got for George Kambosos?
What?
70-30.
Well, Devin Haney was the more known star.
No, he's not. Nobody knew.
Then Kambosos? Nobody even knew who Kambosos was before he everybody know Kambosos from
I want
his
to break
fight.
this to you, brother. Let me break this to you. There's nobody that knows Devin Haney that doesn't know Shakur Stevenson.
Nobody. I'm not talking about Shakur Stevenson. I'm talking about Kambosos.
75. George Kambosos offered Lomachenko 70-30.
Yeah, but because George Kambosos had all the belts, but he was basically a nobody before that. It was like a fluke win, when he beat Teofimo Lopez. Nobody expected him to beat Teofimo Lopez. Nobody even really knew who he was.
You're hustling backwards. You're hustling.
How so?
Because a no-name guy got 70%.
He had all the belts. Except, well, he had all the belts except for the belt 75. That Devin Haney had.
He didn't take 75
because one of the belts he didn't have. Shakur has nothing. Shakur just got to that weight class, and he only fought one guy who was a nobody that nobody even knew. He had a soft touch when he came up to 135. He didn't even fight nobody.
Shakur Stevenson is a multi-divisional multi-divisional champion. He won. He's a champion at 126. He's a unified champ. He's a unified champion at 130. He did more than Devin Haney had ever done.
In a lower weight class. All of that don't move up to the weight class.
He did more than Devin Haney had done. More than Devin Haney did when Devin Haney got 30% with Kambosos. He did more.
Devin Haney had a belt. He had a bargaining chip. Shakur Stevenson has nothing. He lost his belts on the scale before he even moved up.
Let me ask you a question. Has Gervonta Davis won a major title at 135?
At 135? I'm not sure.
No is the answer to that. No. So,
but he had a title. At least he had a title, though. He had something to show.
He's never had a major title at 135.
But didn't he had the lesser belt though at 135? He still have it now, don't he?
He has never had a major championship belt at 135 pounds, just like Shakur.
I know, but at least he had a belt though to show. Shakur don't have anything. He just got to the weight class.
You're just making shit up, bro.
I'm not making. How am I making it up? He just got to the weight class. He only had one fight at 135.
You are literally looking for any reason you can grab out of the sky to say 75-30 that Shakur would be ducking if he doesn't take 75-25. You tell me somebody in Shakur Stevenson that has taken that. Give me the name of anybody that you know that got a percentage of pay-per-view that took 25% in a voluntary fight? Give me the name of one.
I mean, I don't know that much detailed information
Thank you,
about
because you're not
fighters,
going to get it, bro.
purses and all of that stuff.
Let me tell you why.
To
Because
be
you're
able to
not
name
going
somebody
to,
who got.
you're not going to find anybody that took 25% of a purse bid in a voluntary pay-per-view.
That's
Errol
just one
Spence Jr.
aspect of it. You're treating it like it's just a regular fight, though. This is an undisputed fight. This is a fight for all the belts in the division.
So
And Shakur has nothing to bargain with except for something that he might have done in a lower weight class. He moved up to this weight class and got a soft touch, and now he's supposed to get a shot at the he need to fight Lomachenko. That's what he needs to do. Fight Loma. If he's not going to take the 25%, he's not even the mandatory no more. I thought Loma was now.
Let me just be
real in the mandatory position.
Let me tell you, just be real with you. 75-25 is the lowest possible amount of money that you could offer somebody in Shakur Stevenson's position for a fight. It's the absolute lowest.
Okay, let me ask you a quick question then. Kambosos, when Kambosos had all of those belts in the franchise belt, and Devin Haney only had the WBC belt, and what about when he had to go through all of those different strange conditions and everything in order to fight Kambosos to get the belts? He agreed to all these crazy terms and everything and went to his country and everything. And if he wouldn't have did that, everybody would have been saying Devin Haney was ducking, right? But he made all those sacrifices just to show and prove that he wanted to fight. And so Shakur can't just do that. It's only 5%. Come on now. And then you're gonna call Devin Haney a duck for not taking it. Shakur is the one who's clearly not taking it.
First of all,
and it's not like it's some astronomical amount that he's losing from it. It's only 5%.
Now, because I heard your question. Right now, you were just talking. I got your question. Now you asked the question, and now you're gonna talk for 15 minutes.
Oh no, I'm not gonna do that.
Let me go. Let me explain what you said. Shakur Stevenson, he offered less money than Devin Haney took. Less.
Devin had a belt.
Less.
Devin had a belt.
It had nothing to do with his belt because the offer was made to Lomachenko, who didn't have one.
No, we talking about the Kambosos fight. Kambosos, it was Devin Haney had a belt. He had something that
exactly. I know what I'm talking about. Devin Haney got the same offer that Lomachenko got to fight George Kambosos.
He wanted to fight Loma because Loma was the bigger name.
Excuse me. That George Kambosos was going to fight Lomachenko. It had been agreed upon. Then Lomachenko went to war. Devin Haney said, give me the same offer that Lomachenko took. I'll fight for that.
Yeah.
So he got the same offer that Lomachenko got. Him getting 30% had nothing to do with Devin Haney's belt because Lomachenko did not have a belt when he got offered 30%.
No, I'm saying that's why Kambosos agreed to it when Devin Haney made that offer. He said, give me the same thing that Loma was going to get, and I'll fight you. Of course he was going to do it because he had the final.
Dude, you're talking in circles. It had nothing to do with Devin Haney's belt. That's the point I'm making. It has not the fact that he got 30%, which is the lowest amount you can get for the WBC, the lowest amount possible. The reason that he got that was because Vasily Lomachenko got that, not because Devin had a belt. So you cannot differentiate Shakur and Devin based off the fact that Devin had a belt, because the belt had nothing to do with why he got the money.
I think Shakur, so. I think that's why
it doesn't. You can't think.
I think that's why Kambosos agreed to it.
You can think all you want. Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney got the same offer Lomachenko accepted. He got the same offer. The 30-70-30 was on the table because Vasily Lomachenko took it, not because of Devin having a belt. All Devin did was replace Vasily Lomachenko. And what were the sacrifices that Devin Haney made for that fight? He got a 3-fight deal with DAZN. That's
Yeah,
the
he didn't
deal
want
that he
that.
had.
He had to
Shakur
agree. He had
Stevenson
to do a
already has
rematch.
Shakur Stevenson already has a 3-fight deal with the Zone. I mean, with ESPN. So he's in the exact same situation that Devin would have been in. But how about we get off of this about, oh my God, why can't he take it? Why can't Devin Haney give him a fight, give him something that he wants?
To
What's
be
wrong with
honest,
Devin Haney? What's wrong with Devin Haney? Let's take the onus for a second off of Shakur and what Shakur needs to do and talk about what Devin won't do. Devin won't fight that man for a fair split of the money. If you are giving somebody something that you don't think they want, you don't want the fight. If I say, I will give you a job mowing my lawn and I'm going to pay you 50 cents when you can get $5 across the street, I obviously don't want you mowing my lawn. Devin Haney has said on multiple occasions he will fight Shakur Stevenson sometime down the road. He wouldn't even look Devin Haney in the face. He wouldn't even look Shakur in the face when Shakur got in the ring with him. So you combine these three things. Devin Haney saying that he will fight them sometime in the future at 140 or 147. Shakur Stevenson getting in the ring and Devin refusing to even look him in the face and walking out.
No, he looked at him. That's the narrative, but he definitely looked at him and pointed to himself and said, I'm number one.
Let me tell you something, dog. Anybody else would have done that. Y'all be calling him every kind of BICTH and hoe. If anybody else did that, y'all be calling him every kind of everything for that.
No, y'all running with the narrative saying that he never looked at him and all that. Okay, he definitely looked at him when he saw him there. He looked at him for a long time.
Let me correct it.
As he was being escorted out the ring, he pointed to himself and said, I'm number one. And Shakur waited till he got miles away out of the ring to start yelling, not for long, for now, or whatever he was saying.
A frequent flyer, stop it. That man, you can't be miles away from somebody when you're in a ring with them. It's an 18 by 18 ring.
Yeah, he waited till he got out the ring.
He walked up to the man. The man walked away and said something while he was walking away.
He didn't walk up to him. He was standing off in the distance looking at him.
Dog, are you going to sit up for real and tell this story?
The video is out. People can see that he didn't walk up to him. He stood there in the distance and looked at him with the evil eye.
Frequent flyer. The man climbed the ropes, got in between the ropes, walked into the ring right after he won. Devin Haney turned around and walked out of the ring. That is what happened. That's what
he happened. He didn't walk out immediately as soon as the fight ended. They was there for a while. By the time Shakur got in the ring, Shakur was standing there for a while. He never walked over to Devin Haney. He was standing in the distance. Are you
serious, dog? Are you serious?
Yeah, he was standing in the distance looking at him. They got pictures all over the internet of him giving them the evil eye from a distance. And then when Devin Haney was getting escorted out, that's when Devin Haney looked at him and pointed to himself and said, first he shrugged his shoulders and then he pointed to himself and said that.
Dude, stop lying.
Hey, man, the video is everywhere. You can see that video easy. I'm describing exactly what happened in the video.
This is sad.
It really is because it's in the video. You can see in the video Shakur just standing there with the guy with the mic, and Devin Haney is off in the distance. They got pictures of him staring at him with the evil eye. And when he walked by, that's when Devin Haney looked at him and said, "I'm number one."
This is sad.
And Shakur said, "For now." Now, when Devin Haney went over,
dude, I'm not listening to that. This is sad. That you are literally saying this man got in the ring. The ring can the ring. Dude, the ring it's a boxing ring. How big could it be? He's in the ring with him. Obviously trying to have a face-off in the ring with him. Devin Haney turns away, walks out of the ring. And you're saying that, oh, he's yelling at him. Of course he's yelling at him when you're walking away. He said, I'm the man, while he's walking away. and y'all,
Okay,
and y'all,
even if
dog, stop. Stop, frequent flyer. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. We're gonna get back to this subject. The 75-25. I'm not, you guys, I'm not, obviously, you're living in that Haney delusional world where
I was trying to give you that.
where somebody can get in the ring with you, literally walk up the ring, get into a boxing ring in an arena full of people, stand right there, and it's like he ain't in the ring. Like you don't know what he's there for. You're acting like he's yelling from the rafters or something. And you're acting literally. You know Devin walked away from him. You know he walked away from him. But yet you're acting like it was Devin. It was Shakur waiting to yell till he got away. Dude, he wouldn't have to yell if he wouldn't have walked away. That's ridiculous, what you're saying. It's ridiculous. And nobody, and that's what I'm saying, the absolute positive delusion of Devin Haney fans.
Okay,
Where you can turn somebody walking into a ring in the center of the ring and another guy walking away, turning to the side, walking away as he gets out. You can turn that into that guy. The reason is that guy's the problem because he has to yell. Oh, he waited until he was way over there to yell him to see him. You think he didn't see him? You think he didn't see him? And by the way, how far away can you be in a boxing ring? It's a 16 by 16 ring. He couldn't be any more than 15 feet away from him. He couldn't possibly be.
I mean,
Shakur Stevenson is in the center of the ring, at least 4 feet away from the ropes. Devin is still in the ropes, still in the ring. How in the world can he be more than 15 feet away from him?
I was saying, even if I did give you that, even if we was to say,
it's obvious.
Okay, but what does that say? So that
correct yourself. Do not give me anything. Admit the truth. Don't give me it like it's like you're doing a donation. Admit the truth. Shakur got in that ring to call out Devin Haney, and Devin Haney turned and walked out and refused to face off with that man in the ring. That's not you giving me anything. That is a flat out fact and what took place. You add to that the fact that Devin Haney said he will fight him at 140 or 147 eventually down the road. Down the road. And now a 25% purse, that man don't want that fight. Everything that man does shows he does not want that fight.
I never said that Shakur Stevenson didn't get in the ring to try to have a face-off with Devin Haney. I was saying that the only point in that matter that I was arguing that people was running with the narrative that Devin Haney was afraid to look at him. Like he didn't even look at him. He just ran out the ring. He didn't run out the ring. He was being escorted out the ring. He turned to him and saw him. And once he saw him there, he kept eyes with him. He kept looking at him and pointed to himself and said, "I'm number one." And Shakur Stevenson said, "For now." That was that. It wasn't like what is he running away from him for? So he ducked him because he walked out the ring. What was him and Shakur was going to fight then?
Now again that you repeated the same thing that we said, just trying to put a nice spin on it. Let's get back to the basics of it.
Okay, that's what I was trying to do with
Shakur Stevenson. Nah, you're not. You're trying to do all.
I am. I was going to ask you. So when
I'm not going to keep talking. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to kick you out. Bro, I'm not going to keep talking about the middle of that being in the middle of that ring because that's one of three things.
No, we're not. I'm not talking about that.
No, stop. I'm not going to keep doing it. I'm not going to keep doing it because, dude, this is like talking about whether the sun is hot. Okay?
I'm not talking about that. I'm
not going to continue with it. I
was going to the terms that he agreed to.
I'm going to restate my point again.
Okay, I'm listening.
25% is the least amount of money that he could possibly offer for a pay-per-view to Shakur Stevenson. It is
25%.
It is the absolute least amount. Least. You can't get any lower.
I thought you was going to say. I thought you said 30% was, but Devin Haney was offering lower than that.
Again, you're so busy trying to argue. 30% is the WBC. WBO and the WBA is 25%. However, more than likely it wouldn't be 75-25 because of how much money Shakur Stevenson makes. Shakur Stevenson makes between $2 and $3 million a fight. They are not going, when they do the actual purse bid, they would probably not give Shakur Stevenson any less than 35% of the cut.
Hey, he got to take a pay cut. He got to sell all those chains like they was telling Devin Haney to do.
So once again, you are back talking about what Shakur Stevenson has to do. Clearly, Shakur Stevenson has to take a pay cut to fight Devin.
Yeah, he got to make a sacrifice like Devin did. Devin got to make sacrifices, but not him.
The question is, why doesn't Devin just fight him for a fair amount of money?
How is that not a fair amount of money? He has no belt bargaining chips, no belt to anything.
Dog, you make whatever type of excuses you want for Devin. I could care less. That man obviously does not want that fight because he is 100% trying to lowball him as low of a low ball that you can get.
We can say the same thing for Shakur Stevenson. He don't want it bad enough to take that sacrifice. Just like when Gervonta Tank Davis told Ryan to accept that rehydration clause. If he wouldn't have took that, people would have been saying, "Oh, he ducked Tank." Then, so what's wrong with that? So Tank was being unreasonable by saying that. No, we know that Ryan Garcia was trying to move up to 140 or whatnot. He's the bigger guy. So Tank was just, since he didn't want to fight at 135 like they supposed to.
Dude, bring it back to money and get off that. I'm not walking down the block with you, bro. I'm not walking around with. No, it's not a great comparison. It's you changing the subject to Tank and Ryan.
But I think that's a great analogy.
You know why it doesn't apply? You know why it doesn't apply?
Why?
Because Gervonta Davis let that guy weigh in at 136.
That's what I said, because they was fighting at a catch weight, but he didn't want him to rehydrate to nothing crazy.
Excuse me. That is called a compromise. That is
so why Shakur can't have a compromise?
You're not going to ask me questions all the way to you're not going to walk me down 5 blocks asking me questions. We're going to come right back on what is actually the conversation. I am not going to answer your question, frequent flyer, about why something with Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia happened. That fight took place. We are talking about Devin Haney in a fight that is not going to take place. We are talking about Devin Haney saying that the fight before, saying it wasn't going to happen at 135, it'll happen at 140 or 147. Both him and his father said that already. We're not fighting him at 135. They already communicated they weren't doing it. And that's a fact.
To be honest, Fanon, I still think the fight is going to happen.
I don't want to care about what you think is going to happen in the future. We are talking about right now. I'm not interested in the debate tactics, man.
No, I'm talking about right now, too.
I'm not going. No, you are changing the subject to what you believe will happen in the future. I don't give a rat's ass about what anybody thinks will happen in the future.
I'm saying they still in negotiation.
I am talking about the 75-25% split that was offered. I am talking about the fact that he refused to face off with that man in the ring. And I'm talking about the fact that out of Devin Haney and Bill Haney's mouth, they said they were not going to fight him at 135 pounds. That's what I'm talking about. Those 3 things.
The ring thing, we can dismiss that because that's irrelevant.
That is not irrelevant. You turn around and refuse to talk about somebody that's saying he wants to fight you next.
Everybody wanted to fight him next.
The purpose of getting in the ring. The purpose of getting in the ring was for Shakur Stevenson to call out Devin Haney and say, I want you next. Because it had already been advertised by Top Rank and Bob Arum that they wanted Shakur Stevenson to fight the winner. That's why he was at the fight. That's why they let him in the ring.
Yeah, but we know that Devin Haney wanted to fight Tank first. He really wanted to go after Tank.
So what?
Shakur was the second option. So why would he try
to fight Tank? That means he doesn't want to fight Devin. He doesn't want to fight Shakur. I'm not arguing.
No, he didn't. He never said he didn't want to fight Shakur. He said he wanted to fight both. For now,
dude, If
I
Errol
guess we can
Spence Jr.
agree to not
if
agree
Errol
then, because
Jr.
we ain't really gonna get
if
nowhere
Errol
for
Spence
9.
Jr. Errol Spence Jr. was in the center of the ring, and Terence Crawford got into the ring, looked at Errol Spence, and when Errol Spence saw him, Errol Spence turned to the side. Derrick James pulls him out of the ring. He says, "I'm number one. I'm number one." They walk out of the ring and leave Terence Crawford standing there. And before that, Errol Spence Jr. says about Terence Crawford, "Nah, I'm going to fight him at 154 or I'm going to fight him at 160 later down the road." And when they get into a negotiation, Errol Spence Jr. says 75-25 for Terence Crawford.
That analogy.
That is not an analogy. That is an absolute positive comparison. And you know full well that any and everybody with a right mind would be calling Errol Spence Jr. a duck. And let me furthermore do this. If Gervonta Davis was in a ring and Devin Haney walked up the ropes and said, and when Gervonta Davis, when he's in the ring, Gervonta Davis turns to the side, Coach Kenny and Coach Calvin grab him by the arm and walk him out and leave Devin Haney standing there. And then after that, before that, they say, "No, this fight is not going to happen now. It's going to happen maybe 2-3 years from now." Maybe 2-3 years from now. And then make him an offer. Make him an offer. And I can't even say the offer, the offer, because with Gervonta, do 75-25, Jesus. That's the least.
That's about right. That's about right.
No, it is.
I'm talking about in that situation.
It is the absolute least that he would be able to offer him. And that is Gervonta and Devin. Not Devin and Shakur. Gervonta and Devin. Because if Devin was the mandatory, he would get at least that. At least that.
Devin would take that, though.
You don't know what Devin will take.
With Errol Spence doing that to Bud, he wouldn't do that because he made it clear that that's the person he want to fight, Bud.
Hey,
so why?
there you go.
Devin didn't make it clear that he wanted to fight. He said he wanted to fight.
Oh, exactly. Now you're done. Now you're done. Now you're done. Thank you very much for your admission. Errol Spence Jr. would not do that to Terence Crawford because he made it abundantly clear that that's who he wants to fight next. Devin has not made it clear that he wants to fight him. Thank you very much, frequent flyer. No need to continue to walk around that. You can go back, my friend, to the peanut gallery. You can now go back to the peanut gallery for admitting that. Thank you very much for admitting that and making it so hard to get to that. Will you please, guys, stop lying? Errol wouldn't do that. Errol wouldn't do that. Errol wouldn't do that because Errol wants to fight him. He walked into that trap. Hey, no. He literally set that trap for himself and put his foot in it. Frequent flyer, bro, I was not going to talk any more than that because you just admitted it. And here's the thing. You know this. You know this. If he wants to fight Tank next, then he's turning down the fight with Devin. No, dude, you framed yourself. You said he would not do that with him because he wants to fight him. I don't care, wants to fight him first, wants to fight him second. Devin don't want to fight that man right now. He don't want that fight. So if you don't want the fight, why in the world would you offer 75%, 25? Why don't you just say, I don't want to fight you right now? See, you absolutely positively can't go anywhere. Because if he does not want to fight him, then why say 75-25 at all? Stop, frequent flyer. I'm telling you, you guys Devin Haney fans make it really, really hard to be a Devin Haney fan. You guys make it so difficult to be a Devin Haney fan because you will bend any type of thing to benefit him. No matter how ridiculous it is. You all are actually sitting up here when this man literally has said out of his mouth that he doesn't want to fight Shakur until 140 and 147. Literally walks out of the ring when the man gets in and then makes an offer at 75-25. And then you admit that he doesn't want to fight him. Next, if he didn't want to fight him next, why offer him 75-25? Just tell him you're not fighting him. I know he don't want to fight him next. I know he don't want to, but you want to talk about what Shakur should do. It's a duck. It's a duck. Get out of here, man. That dude is probably the number that Shakur Stevenson is at the very least the number 3 lightweight. He's at the very least, the number 3 lightweight in the world, at the least. Hey, what's going on, Adrian Molina? Anyway, man, I'm done with him. Like I said, these videos are always free. The Devin Haney videos are free. You got me out here blowing out my voice on something that nobody cares about because you know ain't nobody tripping on that dude. It's a duck. He's not a mandatory, and it's not a mandatory. What do you mean he brings nothing? Bull crap, he doesn't bring anything. Shakur Stevenson brings just as much as anybody in that division. Anybody in that division other than Gervonta. Shakur Stevenson brings as much or more than anybody in that division. Are you telling me nobody brings anything to Devin Haney other than Gervonta? You guys are some prima donnas. You know what he's going to bring? An ass whooping. That's what he's got to offer, an ass whooping. You are literally trying to tell me that tell me who has something other than Gervonta Davis, who has something to bring. What did Lomachenko have to bring? He doesn't bring anything to the table. Man, you guys are tripping, bro. Anyway, man, can somebody ask me about Errol and Terence? For real. I'm just so sick of this conversation. I'm so sick of y'all with this. I wanted to be a Devin Haney fan. You guys have made it impossible to be that. Because you will not admit that dude is not what you said he was. You said he wanted to smoke with everybody. I told you he was faking being Errol Spence, and all he was doing was copying Errol Spence. Talking about how he's ducked, building his name off duck, 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 duck. Duck, 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 duck. This guy's ducking. That guy's ducking. Devin didn't have nothing to offer. Nothing to offer. Nothing to offer. Nothing to offer. Maxwell Hughes, I already bodied that whole thing. I don't care. I don't care what Devin Haney got. I don't care what Devin Haney got and took from George Kambosos. George Kambosos it was 70-30. It was 70-30. That's 5% higher than the 25% you're talking about. The sacrifice. He made us. So now everybody's got to take, let me ask you a question. So now everybody in boxing's got to take 25% from Devin because Devin took 70-30 from George Kambosos. That's how that works. Guess what? I guess Gervonta needs to take 70-30 from him too, huh? Does Gervonta Davis have to take that money? I'm just wondering. If Gervonta Davis was trying to fight him and Devin Haney said, I want 75-25, should he have to do that too? Andre Ward Felber, man, Andre Ward's not with ESPN anymore. Man, they need to hire him at Showtime, bro. Oh, they're going to get rid of boxing. ESPN about to get rid of boxing, homie. They're about to get rid of boxing. They need to go ahead and hire Andre Ward over there at they need to go ahead and hire Andre Ward over there at Showtime. Please put Andre Ward over there. Andre Ward is way better than Abner Mares. Way better than Abner Mares. Yeah, they're getting rid of a lot of those dudes. They're getting rid of a lot of those dudes. So what? So what? That has nothing to do with it, Incel. Incel, you can feel free to click the link too. You may not tell as many stories as your boy does. And Maxie Hughes, I'm about to see exactly who you are and how long you've been around. Because you are most definitely throwing quarters at me, dog. Hey, Jay Mill said, anybody going to the Ortiz standing on his fight? Hey, is that next weekend? I'm looking forward to that. Much love in that Cash App, brother. Thank you, Jay Miller. I am looking forward to that one, brother. Woo-hee, I'm looking forward to that fight. Andre Ward announced it on Twitter last night after the fight. That's what's up. Guyata said, Fanon, please read Super Chat for the people. Oh, did I miss it? I'm so sorry, man. And thank you guys. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed a lot because I was sitting there going on with that, dog. Zenith says 75-25 is a stretch because Shakur has outsold Devin at the gate. ESPN views, including the undisputed fights. This proves Haney was lying, saying Shakur wasn't on the table. Loma had no belts. Why was he offered more than 25%? Because he thought he could beat Lomachenko. Zenith, 360. Zenith, because he thinks he can beat Lomachenko. Easy. Buzz said, afternoon, Fanon and Frequent Flyer. Thumbs down, Frequent Flyer. Frequent Flyer is my guy, though. Coach Ari in the building. Thank you, sister. Said there are some people that will riot for equal. Oh, sorry. These are the people that will riot for equal pay because of the color of their skin, but can't see unfair injustice of this contract. F out of here. Duck season. 100%, bro. And my guy. Hold on. I don't know if you're my guy or not. Devin Haney took the low ball for Kambosos. Why can't Shakur? Why can't? Hey, Errol Spence Jr. gave Terence Crawford a fair deal. Why can't Shakur? Why can't Devin? You answer my question first. Errol Spence Jr. did everything he could and offered a fair deal to Terence Crawford. Why can't Devin Haney? Deontay Wilder offered a fair deal to Tyson Fury in their first fight. Why can't Devin Haney? Huh? Why can't he? Floyd Mayweather Jr. offered Manny Pacquiao a fair deal. Why can't Devin? Errol Spence Jr. offered Mikey Garcia a fair deal. Why can't Devin? Errol Spence Jr. offered Yordanis Ugas a fair deal. Why can't Devin? Huh? Canelo Alvarez offered Caleb Plant a fair deal. Why can't Devin? Instead of you asking me why somebody will not volunteer to be mistreated because somebody else was, how about you answer the question about why the guy that's doing the mistreating, once he's been mistreated, wants to do it to somebody else? If Devin was mistreated against George Kambosos, why would you ask for Shakur to be mistreated by Devin? You shouldn't have never complained about Devin being mistreated then. If you think it's now okay to mistreat everybody because Devin got mistreated. You're making excuses for Devin is what you're making. And you're just trying to put the ball on Devin, on Shakur, and say, well, Devin was mistreated. Why doesn't Shakur let Devin because Shakur doesn't want to be mistreated. That's why. Because Shakur doesn't want to be mistreated. Maybe that's the answer. Nah, bro, I'm not. Yeah, I would love to fight you. I'd love to take you those belts, but dog, I'm not gonna let you rip me off. I'm not gonna let you rip me off. Shame on you for not letting Devin rip you off. Man, y'all some cheap. That shit's cheap. Hey, Michael Rogers said, what's up, Frequent Flyer? P.O. Box. I have some DHP. Hey, he said, what's Frequent Flyers P.O. Box? I got some DHP knee pads with a matching bib. Free shipping and handling. Yeah, man, now let's get on that. Let's get on this. What is this? Any factualization to boot Coach Ari? And factualization to boot Coach Ari all day. Look, though, I like Frequent Flyer. That's my guy. Exactly. You don't want the fight. Devin doesn't want the fight. Thank you. Exactly. Devin doesn't want the fight. At least you're coming around. At least you're coming around to it. No need for the insults, though. Did I insult anybody? Maybe I did. Why? By the way, the guy said, why is Fanon always so mad? I'm not mad. This is how I talk. I love boxing. I'm passionate about boxing. This is not anger. Freaking Flyer is my dude. But I get it. But I will tell you, I do get annoyed when you try to start talking about a bunch of different subjects. We're talking about Devin. We're talking about Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson. And then all of a sudden, I have to answer a bunch of questions about Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. As if those are the two circumstances, as if those are the two, as if we even need to do that. But I do have a question. Why can't Devin offer a fair fight to Shakur? Why can't Devin make an offer to Shakur that Shakur feels comfortable with? Not you for now. Okay, thank you, because I didn't think I would do it. Hey, Deem, I see you. Here you go, Deem. You can hop on for a second, Deem. There you go. Much love in that Cash App. Somebody supported it in the Cash App. Yes, they did. Zenith in the building. I got you, brother. I got you, Zenith. Zenith said, you missed my 2 super chats for me and Coach. I got you. I went back. Thank you very much. Appreciate you more than you know. Thank you. Thank you, Zenith. Thank you for the support on this Saturday. My guy, Adrian Molina, said, blessings to our boxing family. Your birthday's tomorrow. Happy birthday tomorrow, bro. Jay Boxing said, what do you think about Fury and Gargano? I think Fury should be stripped. I think Tyson Fury should be stripped. For a fifth, if it's a boxing match or is it in the MMA? Either way it goes, I could care less. Like I said to my guy Zenith 360, not Zenith 360, like I said to my guy Kamal Oz, that all of that celebrity match is going to lead to that type of garbage. So now you got the top heavyweight in the world, in many people's opinion, the top heavyweight in the world fighting a UFC fighter instead of fighting Alexander Usyk or fighting somebody else that's actually a world champion. He's going to fight Francis Ngannou while he's got a championship. It's sideshow Bob stuff. Shakur sells, Devin did not. That's the difference. Much love, Zenith 360 in the building. Thank you, brother. And I see you, Incel. Deem and then Incel. What's going on, Deem?
Fanon, what's up, big dog? How you doing?
Man, I can't complain about a thing. Just, sitting on the fence trying to make $1 out of 15 cents.
Hey, man, this fight didn't happen how long ago? Errol, the biggest fight in 20 years is about to happen, and they keep Devin Haney. Frequent Flyer. I love you like a step cousin. You understand what I'm saying? That's my guy. Crazy and all. He's the boy. Is something wrong with the boy, but that's my guy, y'all. Okay. Every time y'all bring this up, I'm going to bring up Devin Haney said Nobody prompted him to say it. Remember, Jules all in his mouth? He was feeling himself. He was shouting down the hallway for 9. And I'm staying at 135 for Shakur and Tank. That's what he said. And then as soon as he get a fight where it was close and everybody asking him to rematch Loma, now all of a sudden he want to go to 140. And frequent flyer, he never said he wanted to truly fight Shakur. When he went up there and they was asking him about Shakur, he was talking about maybe one day. So, Devin, I really want to know, bro, you was talking about when they asked you about the weight class and about your weight. I remember right before the Gervonta Davis fight, you was getting your hands wrapped. And they said, so, Devin, how do you feel about you making weight and Gervonta Davis saying you're a middleweight and all this, that, and the third? Then he says, well, I never miss weight. He did. Basically insinuating that him making weight is not a problem. And then you want Shakur to take 20% of for what when he's more popular than you? Shakur Stevenson is more popular than Devin Haney by a long shot. It's not even close, Fanon. It's not even, first of all, he got the hip-hop community behind him where he's more known in that area. Shakur Stevenson sold out Newark by himself, fighting nobody. Shakur Stevenson sent that boy bottles in the middle of a day party. If Devin got such a problem with Shakur, he had every chance in the world to address that boy right then and there. We all saw the cameras. Fanon, let me ask you something, big dog. Now, I hate to go down this road. Fanon, me and you chilling with our squads and all that. We with our big dogs. You with your
hey, hold on one second. Jay Boxing, if you start making up shit, you must be king. I'm throwing your ass out. I ain't never in my life said I want to see Wilder and Ngannou. So that's your last one. You do another one, bro. You're out of here. That's more than likely you're RuPaul though. Nobody asked for that garbage. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
Fanon, if me and you chilling, we out, Fanon. Hey, Dean, come holler at me down Texas. We down there chilling. And we a fighter. A guy sends over a bottle that's another fighter in my vicinity. He ain't got to worry about the bottle getting to me. We'll be over there to talk to him. You're not going to send me a bottle in the middle of the day party and I act like
You went on mute.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's not going to happen, Fanon. So all this, why, again, you had such a great point, Fanon. Y'all complained about the split with Kambosos. Why would you want Shakur Stevenson, who is an A-class fighter, why should he have to take that big of a sacrifice when y'all know it was wrong in the first place for Devin to have to do it? It makes no sense.
Oh, and claimed, and guess what? And claimed that the reason that they did it is because Kambosos really didn't want the fight and was hoping he would turn it down. But now Devin does the same thing, but that doesn't apply for Devin.
All I know, Fanon, is only one fighter out of Gervonta Davis, Shakur Stevenson, and Devin Haney is talking about fighting anybody but the other two. I'll let y'all figure out who that is. But I ain't heard Shakur say nothing different. If you Shakur, at some point you get frustrated, like, bro, if you're not going to fight me, then I got to set up something else because he wants to stay active. Now they're trying to use that against Shakur, Fanon. If the boy's not going to fight me, why am I sitting up here still entertaining this when I've done everything I can to call this boy out? No different than Errol, Spence, and Terence Crawford. But that's all I wanted to say. Stop lying on Shakur Stevenson. Stop acting like he's not as good as he is. Stop acting like he's not as popular as he is. There's only one fighter in a lightweight division besides Lomachenko, and that's a maybe, that's more popular than Shakur Stevenson. Why wouldn't you want that fight, Devin? If you're not able to fight Gervonta Davis, what we talking about? Regis Prograve just didn't look that good. So that fight, it's not like Regis went in there and dominated. That fight wouldn't even be as big as it was when you first boarded up. Sir, you have nowhere to go. You have nowhere to hide. If you are listening to this, Devin Haney, I am telling you, sir, them belts are you're going to lose them soon. Eventually, Shakur Stevenson is looking at you like you a bad Puerto Rican woman that he's seen walking down the street in Newark, New Jersey. You better stop playing, man. You have two choices. You fight Gervonta, no, three actually. Fight Gervonta, fight Shakur, fight Lomachenko, or shut up.
All right, bro. I got two cats behind you and a couple super chats, man.
All right, bro.
All right, bro. Get back, Dean. Always a pleasure talking to you, Dean. Stone Alone said today is my 48th birthday. Hey, man, put some birthday cakes for Stone Alone. Happy birthday, young man. Happy birthday, young man. Stone Alone in the building. Happy birthday, young man. That's what's up. And my guy, AV said, powerful victim mentality masterclass, Fanon. You fully expose the hypocrisy of their argument, and watching frequent flyer get deep fried was a bonus. Thanks. Hey, thank you, AV. Thank you. Yeah, that always bugged me, man. If you're a victim, you're a victim. Stop acting like people ain't victims. Like, you got this, we got to stop this victim mentality. Like, no, they're actual victims. People are they are actual victims. And when you are a victim, you need to have a victim mentality. You need to have one. Acting as if you're not, acting as if you are not a victim will keep you doing the same dumbass things that you've always done that got you victimized in the first place. That has always baffled my mind, how people did not immediately see that. That's like when somebody calls you that's like how racist people call you a racist. And then you have to, I've got to prove that I'm not one. Nah, bro. You are one. And pointed, they're like, I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? Type of garbage. Just like what Frequent Flyer and y'all trying to do with Devin Haney. Trying to be like, well, why won't Shakur do? Nah, Shakur's not the question. The question is, why is Devin offering that? Not why is Shakur not accepting it? Shakur was very clear about why he wasn't accepting it. He don't think it's enough money. He think he deserves more for that fight. That's clear. The question is, why is Devin Haney offering it? And you want to jump right back to why is Shakur not taking it? You know what I mean? Hey, thank you, brother. And Mr. Vasquez said, hey, for the constructive criticism, not insults. Luis Vasquez, yeah, I'm not trying to insult anybody, man. Man, let me tell you flat out, Shakur gonna whoop that. I mean, Shakur will beat him. That's my hypothesis. My hypothesis is this, and this is my opinion. This is my opinion. Devin Haney cannot beat Shakur. What's going on, Incel?
What's up, Fanon? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing better than now that you on the chat.
No, you might son me or child me on this one. I got to go against you.
Hey, Incel, you are a big supporter of the channel. You are a guy that comes by all the time. I know we disagree about Terence Crawford. I know we disagree about Devin Haney, but that's why I like you so much, because we can disagree. You never insult me. You never call me out my name. I'm never going to call you out your name. We're just going to have a fun back and forth, man.
Yeah, but I want to be somewhat quick. But I think the offer is fair. I think the 75-25 is secure. Once those belts, he need to take the 25%. He's the #1 contender in the WBO, and he should take the 25% if he want them titles. Devin's earned the money. You want the titles? Come get it. But you don't. I'm not gonna give you more money. No, 25%. You want it. You got to earn it like I did.
No, you're giving him less money, not more. You're giving him less.
No, he was in the WBC for Devin. You said 70-30 in WBC.
No.
Devin had the WBC title.
Let me explain the less.
Right.
75-25 is if the fighter, the mandatory, does not have a history of making a lot of money. When you're in Shakur Stevenson's place and you make over $1 million a fight, $2 million a fight, and the WBO or the IBM, those guys mandated, They're going to mandate a split because you remember the percentage split is how much they pay for the fight. They are not going to they are going to give him a purse split of probably somewhere around, at the very least, 75-35. Because Devin Haney's purse is around $6 million, I think, and that may be an exaggeration. But if his purse is 6 and Shakur's is 3, that means that Shakur is going to get at least 35% out of a purse bid. That is a significant amount more than he would get than Devin Haney's actually offering at 75-25. I'm sorry, thank you, Marquis. 65-35. He's the very least he's going to get is 65-35 out of a purse bid because he's already makes several $1 million a fight. So Devin Haney's actually offering him less money than he would be getting as a mandatory challenger. And Upper Echelon said a $4 million purse for Devin and a $3 million
does say 75-25.
What did he say? You broke up. I'm sorry.
75-25. I know what you're saying, but just think if he really wants belts, take belts. Why not? If you say he could beat that name.
My question is not whether or not Shakur Stevenson wants to fight. My question is whether or not Devin wants to fight. I'm not.
Devin wants to fight. My question is, Shakur wants to fight.
Then why not make an offer that Shakur is willing to accept if he wants to fight?
He made an offer.
No, he made an offer that Shakur Stevenson is not willing to accept. Because that's less money than Shakur would get as a mandatory challenger for the fight. He's making an offer for less than Shakur would get if he just went for a mandatory. He doesn't want that fight.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm back. I think Shakur should take that offer and beat him up. I don't think he would win though. He called him out in September of last year. Why didn't he petition?
I think Shakur should say okay to 25% just so Devin Haney can come up with another reason not to fight.
Now, if he does that,
that's the only reason. Because you know what happened when Alexander Usyk is in negotiations with Tyson Fury.
Right, he took the 30%, and Tyson,
and then Fury did what? Turn back around.
Turn around, right?
And that's exactly what I believe is going to happen with Devin Haney. So I'm not interested in that. I want to know why Devin Haney doesn't offer him a fight where Shakur will want the fight. Instead of making a fight to Shakur Stevenson where he knows Shakur won't want it. Because 25% is 10% less than what he would get if it was a mandatory. And if you are forcing somebody to become your mandatory and you won't fight them voluntarily, that means you're ducking them. Because you can have the opportunity to fight that man as a mandatory, but he's not taking the opportunity to fight him as a voluntary. He's going to wait and force it to get to purse bid. And then he's going to wind up and then Shakur is going to wind up getting more money in the purse bid than he would have gotten in a regular offer. And you're right, T. Orlando Pearson, it is business. Because Shakur jump up in there and beat him, that's a wrap.
Well, I want to see Shakur take the offer, and we'll see if Devin would be a duck then.
It's not going to happen at that amount. It's just not going to happen. They're not going to take that fight at that amount at a 75-25% because it's not fair. It's not a fair offer. Based on the market value of both of those fighters, that's not a fair offer. It's just not fair. Devin Haney is not 3 times more popular or bring 3 times the amount of fans or when you're talking about the spit, you're not talking about the belts. What you're talking about the money that's going to be earned in the fight. And Devin Haney is not 3 times worth 3 times more than that. So Shakur is not going to set an exact. If Shakur doesn't want that fight, he doesn't want it because Devin refused to give him a fair offer. And that's Devin dunking the fight. It's not Shakur ducking the fight because he refuses to get ripped off. That's ridiculous. That's like saying, I'm gonna go work at 7-Eleven. I want the job. The minimum wage is $10 an hour, and they offer me $5. And I say, man, come on, man, I can do the job. Well, yeah, we would love to hire you. I just need you to fight. I just need to hire you for $10 less than anybody else would get for the same amount of work. People are not going to do that. If Shakur Stevenson, and this is if Devin Haney is forced to fight him, it's going to be 65-35 if they force him. So why would he voluntarily take less than what the mandatory purse split would be? And why would Devin? But then again, my question is, why in the world is Devin forcing that on him? Devin asking him to take less money than he would get in a mandatory purse bid is putting a situation out there where that man doesn't take the fight. And it is well documented that is a strategy in boxing, to make an offer that is so ridiculous that the person that wants the fight won't take it because they want money as much as they want anything else. And you're taking away one of the major motivations for wanting the fight. Because it's not just that people want to go in there and fight just because they want to fight and win belts. They also want the fight because they want to make a lot of money. It's a big fight. So Devin is going to ensure that he doesn't have that motivation. It's not going to be a big fight for you. I'm sorry. It's only going to be a big fight for me. It's not going to be a big fight for you. Even though Shakur is a major reason that the fight is a big fight. But look, I got to get to Dapper Douglas and Sel. I appreciate you, brother.
All right. Thank you.
All right, man. Get back. Dapper Douglas in the building. What's good?
What's up, Fanon? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly well.
Man, listen. God bless you, man. I watch you more than I watch ESPN, man, my guy. I'm not even going to front. Like, you're part of my routine in the morning. Shout out to the entire chat. It's to the point, man, when I log on, I know everybody by name in my head just to shout out. That's why you'll just see me just throw everybody's name in there, from like John Bowie, Barbara D, Lady Erica B, Terry Smoot. Shout out to Slick Skip. Man, it's like a family here. So I'm in here. I'm like, you motivate me to go 7 days a week, man. Like, I'm getting ready to do some work now. So I was getting ready to barbecue for the 4th, but I got to work tomorrow. So I'm like, you know what? My wife was like, I'll just make you some fettuccine and some lobster or some shrimp, and we'll just chill on Sunday. So I'm like, I didn't think you were going to be on, because normally you're on a little bit earlier. I mean, I'm in Indianapolis, so. But I wanted to just say this real quick to, just to come out, man, and out of the chat, man, and just put my emphasis on it. I've been around since you had Bill, Gary Russell, and rest in peace to Batman on. And the fight was getting ready to go. Term sheets were sitting back and forth. I don't know about contracts or whatever. And Bill, for some reason, didn't want Batman to come on. And he started acting all weird and just hurried up. You know what, skip it. We're just going to go ahead and fight at the time. Gamboa and on the zone. And I was like, man, that was weird. Man, like Gary was just like, look, man, we can go back and forth. I got permission from Al. So that gave me red flag then. Then I called Devin Haney pillow fist because I got the right to, because I put $100 that he would at least knock down Kambosos in the first fight, because I felt like the Australian government wanted to give Kambosos and Lomachenko that fight there and let that government pay for it. But I was rooting for Devin Haney because I like Devin Haney. But just like you say, his fans are so delusional, and it's like a lot of cognitive dissonance to where sometimes, man, I'm gonna be honest, I kind of tune out a little bit of the Devin Haney fans. I'm like, man, there's no reason to really go back and forth with you guys just to entertain you, because it's obvious at this point. But I was rooting for the kid to knock down Kambosos in the first fight, because I didn't want him to get played over there, especially with him taking the chance of leaving his father here, and he went over there, man. I salute that kid for that, man. That is a big move. So I was riding with him, and I still ride with Death to Sir, but I got to call it on both sides, man. It's like you say, I owe you a right to be fair. I don't care about melanin count. When you go to heaven, it's not Wakanda, people. You're not going to put out your lip and enter into the gates. It doesn't work like that. And God created color. And everybody doesn't paint or color with white or black on the piece of paper. It was different shades of brown. So we got to get over that nonsense. But I got to call out nonsense when I see it, man. And I'm just saying, like, dang, man, if the fight was there for Shakur and Devin, I don't care what the fans are saying, because he wouldn't have been able to get in that ring after the Lomachenko fight. That ends all discussion for me. He's staring the kid right in the face. And they can go back and negotiate percentages at that point. And then you can go and fight Tank at 140. I don't care. But if you're going to come out and say, I'm going to fight we're going to keep the belts all this year at 135, it's July, people. Happy 2nd. It's Sunday, right? We're still in 22 and 23. You can get a fight in with Shakur. Tank could get out here soon. You guys can negotiate for 140, maybe January or December-ish. And let's end the year off with a bang, if you're really about that for the fan, for boxing and doing the right thing. So I just wanted to jump on here and say that for now. I don't know who's behind, but man, I'm going 7 days a week with you. Like I said, I watch you more than ESPN, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. And that's an unbiased opinion, because I had nothing against that kid. I respect his position and his dad. I respect what his dad did for him to get him to this point too. But I'm a boxing fan. So, and at some point, I believe that Showtime and PBC will be where all boxers are going to have to go here soon. But that's another discussion. Whenever you drop the link again in the future for Nana, I'd love to jump on and talk to you about that as well too.
For sure, man. No doubt. That's what's up.
All right. Hey, well, thank
brother,
you for letting me on.
Hey, man, what's that though? That picture? You a Mason?
No, sir. I'm a 90s kid, man, but I watch anime. So this caricature here is by My Hero Academia. It's a guy called Sir Night-Eye, and they have superpowers like quirks. I'm going to probably get a little bit nerdy, but it'll make sense for you. Basically, a quirk is a superpower. So he has foresight. So if Sir Night-Eye touches you, he can see what you can do the next 5 seconds to 10 years from now. And I just thought that was dope that they would put that in the actual anime, man. So I like his look. And plus, man, I do colognes and all of that. Hey, if you don't mind in the private chat, man, I do fragrances. Please check my channel out, man. I'll send you a fragrance if you don't mind, man. Something on the date night for you and for you and your wife. But please, check me out, man, and let me know your thoughts on the page, man. Just click the link or whatever, man. If you guys want
put
to
it in
check
a private
me out.
chat. I'll do that for sure. Put it. Matter of fact, you got a link. Put it in the link. Put the link in the chat.
I will.
So everybody can see it, man. Support you on your grind, man.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll do that, and then I'm gonna type in the chat now and get your address if you don't mind. Send that to me or a PO box, and I'll send you a fragrance, man, for a date night for your wife. Just let me know your honest thoughts.
Hey, you see that? Do you see that address? The address for the PayPal, martin.blckwll.
Hold on.
It's up in the top. You can see it going by. Oh, you just left. You can see it going down behind here. You can send me an email there, or you can send me through the email, or you can send me a bunch of different ways. Hey, real quick, Malcolm Allen in the building said Haney's doing nothing but ducking. Kerr, it's obvious. Hey, like Shakur, man, he don't want to fight Shakur, bro. Like, I don't know what y'all on, though. That man ain't never wanted to fight Shakur. He never acted like he wanted to fight Shakur. Never acted like he was fighting Shakur. And all of a sudden, they ain't friends no more. I'd send a note to Shakur. I'm trying to tell you, man, I've been said that. Much love in that. I'm sorry. Let me make sure I didn't miss that. Kamal Oz, I'm sorry. He says, so say what you want about Wilder, but no one can deny that Wilder has balls and heart. He offered Ngannou one fight in the octagon and one in boxing. I wanted to see it. Yeah, I'm okay. But look, I'm okay on any and all of that. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm okay on any and all of that stuff. And I mean it. I'm okay on any and all of that stuff. What I want to see is really good boxing matches. You know what I mean? Hey, what's that? Freaking Flyer talk. Hey, look, man. Yeah, look, first of all, that's why Freaking Flyer got a wrench. Freaking Flyer is my man 100 grand. He's my man 100 grand. Frequent Flyer. There ain't no need to be calling Freaking Flyer names just because he's got one fighter that he is completely wrong about. Nah, but you know what I say? Devin Haney's a good fighter, man. He's a good fighter, but he don't want to fight Shakur. And I'm telling you flat, I'm telling you what the reason is. My personal belief is the reason that he don't want that fight. The reason he don't want that fight is that he can't win that fight. That is that fight right there. Let me put it this way. the percentage chance of him winning and the money that he offered is inverse. Hey, and by the way, T. Orlando Pearson said, yeah, hey, T. Orlando, so what that he's got the belts? So what that he's got the belts? Devin, hey, Gervonta ain't got any belts. He ain't got any belts. Not near one of them. Just remember this. You, and I've been telling y'all Devin Haney fans this. Hey, come on, don't time out Devin Haney fans too much, man. Slow your roll. Unless you're talking crazy. But it is what it is. Sometimes you just get clipped. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get clipped. Come on, T. Orlando. You please do me a favor, T. Orlando. You're not allowed to use that term because you know better than that. And I have to assume that you're trolling me, T. Orlando. Most of these people do not have the education that you do. You know full well there ain't no such thing as no A side. There's leverage, and your best alternative ain't no A side to that. Hey, Mr. Davis in the building. Much love. Thank you for that $2 holler, brother. Thank you, man. No, Stevenson wants to fight. Do what you're offered. The question is not whether or not Stevenson wants it. The question is, does Devin want it? I'm not propositioning whether Shakur Stevenson wants it or not. That is a false argument, sir. I am not arguing that. I am telling you that Devin Haney does not want that fight. I'm telling you Devin Haney said he didn't want that fight. Devin Haney acted like he didn't want that fight, and Devin Haney made an offer that makes it look like he doesn't want the fight. It's three different things. And this is civil. Shakur's got alternatives. So what? Everybody's got alternatives. Everybody, and clearly he's going to take an alternative because he doesn't want that one. I would not argue that he does not have an alternative. Clearly he has an alternative. Fight somebody else, anybody else. Anybody else still doesn't keep it from being a diva move. Hey, Zenith 360 said Cam offered Devin 35 because Devin never sold out anywhere with one belt. It wasn't unfair. Shakur has outsold Loma and Haney at the gate and the pay-per-views and ESPN views. Why won't they explain why Loma was offered more when he sells less than Shakur? Let me tell you, because Devin Haney wanted the fight with Shakur. Because Devin Haney wanted to fight with Lomachenko. That's why. But let's get on this. If Shakur has alternatives, he can quit crying. T. Orlando, he's not crying. I am. I'm crying duck. Shakur was very honest. He said, man, you ain't trying to fight me with that 25%, and you know it. That's what he said. He didn't cry. He just said what it was. Dog, you're not trying to hire me with that offer you just made. You're not trying to fight with that offer you just made. Man, go away. Just go to 140. Do what you're going to do. I'm going to be right here fighting for these belts, whatever. You don't want the smoke, bro. That's not crying. That's called busting your ass out, is what that's called. I have the advantage here on T. Orlando Pearson. I'm loving this. I love having T. Orlando Pearson on the defensive because you, my friend, are making arguments that are not relevant to what my premise is. My premise is that Devin Haney does not want the fight. Daily Dose, Fanon, find a way to go against Devin. I don't have to find it. It's right there. I don't have to look for it. It's right there in my face. What you talking about? Look for it. Devin's giving it. Whoa. What do you want me to do? Look for the sun? It's in the sky. Okay. Y'all throw around duck anytime your favorite fighter don't get what they want. No. I'm trying to tell you that he don't want that fight. Is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And you know it. In the bottom of y'all hearts, you know it. That man ran out that ring. If it was just the off, first of all, if this was Gervonta Davis offering Shakur 75-25, I wouldn't be saying anything. Let's be real. If this was Gervonta Davis offering Keyshawn Davis 75-25, I wouldn't be saying anything. If this was Gervonta Davis, he's trolling Daily Dumbass. How about you hold me responsible and click this link? How about you hold me responsible? Stop hiding behind counselor over there. Okay? Only reason I can beat counselors because I got a bully pulpit. But I'm taking this, I'm using it. Hey, upper echelon, I only got a couple minutes because I got to go to my son's basketball game.
All right. Well, I just gotta say, I'm gonna make it fast first.
Yes, sir.
Shakur, he outsells Devin. We know this, and we know that he's a bigger draw. But the offer Haney made was to make him not take the fight. But if I was Shakur, I would go ahead and take the 25% just so I can get the belts and beat the hell out of Danny, so I get the name. So I get his name on my resume. That's gonna make me that much of a bigger star, like Floyd did Oscar. You know, sometimes you got to bow down to the lesser fighter because Floyd bowed down to Oscar. So Shakur bows down to Devin. He beats him.
Hey, brother, we got like 45 seconds because I got to be like somewhere that's 20 minutes away.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead.
Basketball game.
Well,
go ahead and finish up because I got Kamal right behind you. I'm not going to cut you off. I'm just telling you.
Okay.
I really do. I'm really
But all I was saying is, you know, sometimes every great fighter has had to take a bad deal for greatness. And Shakur, he's been peaches and cream this whole time. He hasn't had to take a bad deal yet. Every great fighter's had to take one. Floyd with Oscar, Devin with Kambosos, Errol right now with Terence. I mean, you know, Shakur got to step up in line. It's about being great. But that's my time. I'm going to get out the way. Peace and blessings to everybody. Shalom.
All right, brother. Get back with you. All right, Kamal, real quick, bro, because I got to bounce.
Yeah, real quick. I keep on hearing people praising Devin for saying that he took it on the chin against Kambosos. Dude had no options. The zone wouldn't work with him. They weren't going to overpay him anymore. So his only choice, because Loma had the war or whatever, and he wasn't going to fight Kambosos, was to take what Kambosos offered him. He had zero leverage. So you don't get to use that example and say that applies to Shakur and other people. All right, that's it. I'm out, Fanon.
All right, brother. Get back with you, sir. I like that because that's true. Devin Haney made more money. Oh, Dapper Douglas, you jumped out. Devin Haney, my understanding, got a raise against Shakur Stevens, against George Kambosos. He didn't take less money. He took less money than he wanted. But he wound up making more money against him than he made on the zone. That's my understanding. You're actually asking for Shakur Stevenson to make less money, which is not what Devin did. But look, man, I got to bounce up out of here. Much love to everybody. For now, you know, Kamal can't make it. Yes, he can. Kamal is a highly intelligent individual, bro. Oh, I think you may have put that in the. Okay, I got you. Oh, I got you, Dapper Douglas. Okay, hold on 1 second, man. Let me do something before I leave. Man, I appreciate y'all kicking it with me, man, today. I really do. And shout out to all the Devin Haney fans that let me have so much fun. And I mean this. I mean that wholeheartedly, man. All right, man. Hey, Dapper Douglas. I sent you an email. Sent you a quick email. All right. Hey, seriously, though, shout out to Devin Haney, man. He's a good fighter, really good fighter. No joke, he's a really good fighter. I like Devin Haney as a person. We just talking boxing, man. Hope don't nobody take it too personally. It's just supposed to be fun. And today was really fun for me. I love going back and forth and slaughtering y'all in arguments. It's just so easy. You know what I'm saying? It's just so easy. But make sure you put that. Okay, you got that. Shakur should not take 25. The WB won't even make him take 25. Exactly. He should activate his mandatory. He should activate his mandatory. You know what he should do? He should sit there and wait is what he should do. But I got to get out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. God bless y'all. Y'all have a wonderful day. And with that, your boy is out. Deuce Equis.